Yo, what is up, you guys? It's the Michael Myers. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you guys know, I'm gonna be giving you guys my movie review on Saw X. So yeah, I actually just watched it last night. Of course, to a lot of people, this was really, highly anticipated, especially for me. This is one of those movies that I was really looking forward to this year. And it's finally here, man. So, yeah, pretty much I'm gonna be giving you guys my little review on it. This is based on my first viewing. But before we get into it, I just want to say that this review will contain spoilers. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled, haven't seen the movie, I don't recommend you watching this video. But if you just don't care, you could go ahead and stay tuned. I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents. Like always, I'm going to give you guys my positives and my negatives. But yeah, if you guys seen the movie, definitely let me know in the comments, man. What did you guys think about it? But yeah, we're going to get started here. I just want to start off by saying that the marketing team for Saw X did a pretty damn good job, man. I think they really built up the hype. Like, I seen a lot of fans, a lot of people who really weren't fans of the Saw franchise really gravitate to this one. And for the past couple of weeks, I think the Saw team, the marketing and stuff like that, they did a good job, man, with the promotion. If you check out their Instagram, a lot of stuff, they were coming out with. But yeah, I think they did a good job on that. It really, they really made people go to the theater to go see this movie. Like I told you guys, this was probably the movie I was really looking forward to this year, and I did have some hope for it. I still didn't go in there, like, I didn't really fall for the hype. Like I said, the hype is really big right now. I haven't seen any reviews, but I've seen a lot of people, right when this movie came out, oh, it's the best sequel, since the original, that, they finally did it right this time and all this stuff. But honestly, you guys, to me, I'm glad I didn't really fall for the whole hype, man, because I was ready to be disappointed. I kind of went into this movie thinking it's going to be another, Saw sequel, which I'm glad it wasn't. That's one thing for sure. You could tell the filmmakers definitely, tried their best. They definitely tried to do something with the sequel other than, what the Saw franchise is famous for, the traps, the gore, which this film did have that. Of course, it wouldn't be a Saw movie without it, but I think with this movie, they really focus more on the storyline. Of course, we got Tobin Bell back in this, which, in my personal opinion, Tobin Bell was the best thing about this movie. It was just awesome, man, seeing him come back, play the Jigsaw character, and this is actually my very first Saw movie I've seen in theaters, so definitely, man, I had a good experience. Like I said, it definitely felt like a Saw movie. It did its job, but by them kind of adding more substance in there, kind of following John Kramer more, they did a good job. Of course, in the other movies, we didn't really follow, the John Kramer character too much, but I'm really glad, man, with this one, they did, and like I said, Tobin Bell did a great job. And as we all know, this movie does take place between 1 and 2, so we get to see more of John Kramer, you could say, at his prime, before he died, of course, in the third movie. So yeah, those are some positives I have about it. Tobin Bell, great performance as John Kramer. Of course, the storyline, he's trying to find, treatment for his tumor. They suggest him, a doctor, and the treatment they suggest him, I guess, only is in Mexico, so he has to go out of the States to get his treatment. That's another thing I liked about it, that they took it, somewhere else. It didn't have that same setting, as the other Saw films. They kind of, explored somewhere else, which was pretty cool. So yeah, I did like the whole Mexico aspect. Of course, he gets there, he meets the doctors. They're trying to convince him, they're gonna make him live longer and stuff like that. But of course, man, things end up going wrong, and he finds out that these doctors are fraud. So I like that aspect to it. It kind of adds more, like, the promotion was saying this game right here is his more personal game to him, because they try to mess with his life. So of course that adds more substance to the story. You could say you kind of felt for John Kramer in this one. And of course, he gets his revenge with the doctors. We also get to see John Kramer, kind of develop the whole, head trap. It showed him kind of, sketching it out on his, notebook or whatever. I like that, I like that they didn't really have a lot of references. They probably did. Like I said, this is just my first viewing, but I like that they didn't have, like, references like every damn scene to like the previous movies, you know. But I did like that, you know, him being creative, you know, with the trap. Another one of the main things I was really looking forward to this movie is the return of Shawnee Smith as Amanda. Of course, man, they definitely had to throw her in here. She's definitely, you know, a big part of, you know, the story from the first movie. So I love the fact that they brought her back, but I wasn't the biggest fan how they kind of dealt with her character. And I'll kind of get into that. But other than that, you know, it was still dope seeing her come back, you know, behind the pig mask and all that. It was great seeing, you know, Tobin Bell and, you know, Amanda's, you could say, chemistry back again. Another cool thing about this movie is the end credit scene. Of course, we have another returning character, which is Mark Hoffman. I think it was freaking dope that, you know, they went back to the original room from the first movie. So yeah, it was great seeing, you know, some of those legacy characters come back. Now, on the other hand, now we're going to get into some negatives, some things I didn't really like about this movie. First things first, the traps. I thought some of them were good, but I will say like at least the first few I didn't really like, you know. I just felt they were kind of too dumb. For example, you know, the famous one from the poster with the eyeballs. I thought that one wasn't as good. Also the other one, you know, with the guy with the grenades in his arms or whatever. I don't know. They were just kind of dumb to me, but, you know, there were some good ones, like the one with the girl, you know, with the neck. She had to cut her knee off. Like I mentioned before, it definitely did the job as in gore, you know, the traps, the kills. I'm glad that wasn't the main focus, like in a lot of the, you know, previous sequels, you know, with all this torture porn stuff. But yeah, that's just me. Some of the traps, I really wasn't feeling them. Like I mentioned earlier, Shawnee Smith as Amanda was definitely one of the main things I was really looking forward to. It was great seeing her come back, man, but I just think they should have done more with her. You know, she was just standing there, not doing much. She was just there, you know, to show her face, if you ask me. Of course, there's a few scenes in here, like, you know, she does her thing, you know, with the pig mask, which was cool. But man, I just wish they should have done a little bit more with the character. I mean, This is taking place between 1 and 2. So between those movies, man, Amanda was a badass. And I wish we would have seen a little bit more of that in here. I also kind of wish we got to see a little bit more of the Billy puppet. I know there's a lot more things going on. To me, this is Jigsaw's movie. This is Tobin Bell's movie. But of course, man, Billy the puppet is the man, and I just wish we would have seen him more. I will mention this too. I think the whole idea of them, you know, making this movie take place between 1 and 2, I think it was a good idea, but I kind of feel now it's probably a little too late. Like, I wish they should have done this with like the 2017 Jigsaw movie. Of course, a lot of years has gone by, so for me, it was kind of hard, not hard, but it didn't really seem to fit in well in between those two movies. You know what I mean? If they would have done it a few years ago, like for example, when Jigsaw came out, I think it would have worked better. I don't know if it's the timing that really kind of separates this one from, you know, the first two. I don't know what was missing, man, but at some points it was kind of hard for me to believe that this one is taking place in between the first two. But other than that, you guys, overall, Saw X, I thought was definitely a pretty good sequel. I mean, it's definitely better than a lot of the latest ones for sure. Personally, I don't think it's the best sequel since the original, but it was an awesome comeback for the Saw franchise. And, you know, I could see more movies coming out after this. I don't know where they could pick up at, but I think, man, this movie did the job of, you could say, gaining more fans to the franchise. I mean, before, man, you could say a lot of people shitted on the Saw movies. I know some of them are shit, but now this movie definitely has everyone, you know, liking Saw now. When before, you know, they would brush it off or whatever. They didn't really care, you know, for the whole torture porn aspect they were going with. But like I said, man, this movie did a good job in doing more than that. So in my opinion, I thought Saw X was a solid movie, a solid sequel. My rating on it, when I got out of the theater, I will give it a solid 7 out of 10. Like I said, I do have a few gripes with this movie, but it was just great, man. Seeing another good Saw movie and, you know, them taking on a good direction, you know, other than making just another Saw sequel for the cash grab. Yeah, guys, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys my ups and downs with Saw X, Saw 10. Like I said, my favorite thing about this movie is Tobin Bell's performance as Jigsaw. This is his movie, and he carried it on pretty damn well, man. So yeah, man, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much it. Like I said, definitely tell me what you guys thought about Saw X. Definitely let me know, man, what you guys would like to see after this. But yeah, guys, that was my movie review on Saw X. I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, more movie reviews. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's the Michael Myers signing out.